everyone, it's Steph, and today I'm here with a video on how to care for long wigs. So this is going to be pretty much a tutorial on mostly recovery care for long-haired wigs, but of course this is something that you can implement before the wig gets all messed up. It's actually probably better if you do this before you wear it out, but this is the technique that I use in order to upkeep all of my Tifa wigs. So the materials that you'll be needing are, I have a styrofoam wig head here. I also have this nifty wig stand on my wig head that you can't really see. I also have these nifty pins. These guys are called T-pins. They're very useful for sticking through your wig. They're better than regular sewing pins, which I believe most people typically use. These guys, as you can tell, are much more heavy duty because they're way longer. I also recommend getting this. This is sort of the secret ingredient that you will need. It's mane and tail detangler spray. I also recommend a flat iron. This one that I have here specifically is a ceramic flat iron, and to my understanding, ceramic flat irons are better than metal because they aren't as harsh on the hair that you are flat ironing. So this is really nifty, especially for wigs, because you don't want something that could potentially melt the fibers. Last but not least, of course, you will want a wig brush. It's best to get a brush that is specifically created for wigs because, as you can tell, the teeth are a little bit more spread out. So with that, I am going to take my Tifa wig out of the bag that I shoved her in after Anime Expo. She's quite a mess. Shake her out a little bit. She is quite tangled. This is just the outside, and then on the inside here we can see there is a lot of tangling. So this can be a big headache for a lot of people. So when wigs get like this after con or anytime that you're wearing them, it can seem like a huge nightmare and a hassle to detangle them. But to get them looking like brand new, you just need to have all the materials that I talked about earlier and a whole bunch of patience, and I will show you exactly what you need to do. I am actually going to move this all the way down and bring her up a bit, because the first thing you should know when you are working on detangling wigs is that you always want to start at the bottom and work your way up. Okay, so this is about as low as I could get this to go because this wig is super long, but I'm going to go ahead and undo all this stuff at the bottom of her hair. So all you want to do in the beginning, like I said before, start from the bottom. You are going to use this spray here along with this brush, and we're just going to spray a generous amount of the detangler onto the wig hair and then brush it out gently, and I'll show you what that looks like. Something to keep in mind is that I did treat the wig before, and the number of applications that you have on the wig of this method makes it easier and easier every time. So once you have most of the wig untangled, part of the problem that you might run into now is that it's very poofy, so that's where the flat iron comes in. Because what happens is that when you are running your brush through the wig hair, you're kind of pulling at the strands, and then they tend to get a little bit frizzy on the ends. When that happens to a bunch of wig fibers, it overall just makes the hair a lot poofier than it actually is. Using the flat iron and the detangling spray, we're going to do what I call resetting the wig. So if the product has dried out from the wig hair, you can just go ahead and reapply it so that it's nice and saturated. You want it to be damp, but you don't want it to be completely wet. You can go ahead and comb it in, and then you start on one side and then just carefully run your flat iron down. So you should be able to see the difference. The wig was also a little bit wavy. You can definitely see how it has flattened out the hair. Comparatively, you can tell this part right here has not been straightened, and obviously this part over here has. Let me lift this up so you can see what the bottoms look like. So you can see how this sits much straighter at the bottom on this side right here. Compared to this side, it has a bit of a flare. So that is a method that you would use all over the entirety of the wig to completely transform it so that it is reset and back to brand new. This is how the wig looks now that I am done with it. She's all beautiful now. She keeps tilting, but she's good. A couple tips I have while you're working with straightening the wig are, I would recommend using a couple alligator clips to separate the hair from the pieces that you've already straightened from the pieces you haven't. And I would also recommend picking one side of the wig to start on and then slowly working your way to the other side. Other than that, this method isn't that difficult. It just requires a lot of time and patience for you to straighten out your wig. And the other great thing about this method is that the more times you do it, the more the product seems to build on itself, which makes it even easier the next time you need to detangle the wig, which is also why it was super easy to detangle the wig this time around, because it was my second time straightening and applying the product. As per usual, if any of you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments down below. If you found this video useful, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.